uses the restaurant's own blend of curry sauce, complete with crown-shaped chicken chunks. The Royal Special is available until May 8 for 21 British pounds or about 1,500 pesos per order. Here are 5 things you need to know about King Charles III's coronation later today. Let's watch this report by the Associated Press.
In simple terms, the United Kingdom is crowning the king. But in fact, Charles is already the king because he became king when Queen Elizabeth II died in September. King Charles will be crowned at Westminster Abbey in what will essentially be an extravaganza. The ceremony will be followed by a procession from Westminster Abbey to Buckingham Palace and be capped off with an appearance on the balcony. People will see almost everything. They'll see the procession, they'll see the service, with the exception of the anointing. This is a sacred moment between Charles and the clergy that are present, and only those people will actually be able to see what happens. Of course, you'll see the moment that the crown is placed on Charles's head, but there'll also be some new elements as Charles tries to reach out to the nation and prove that he will be the monarch of a much more diverse, multi-faith country. This is a really important moment for Charles. This is the moment where he faces the people and asks for their support. So really, he needs the crowds to come into the street. You're not the king unless the crowds support you. This is also really an important time for the monarchy. You know, support for the monarchy, opinion polls have shown over time, has been softening. And part of the reason that this is such a big moment is that the Queen reigned for so long. For 70 years, people didn't want to challenge anything about her because they had such great respect for all the work she had done for the country. So now, you know, there's a big question mark about what people really think. The coronation, like all other big royal events, is an opportunity to celebrate being British. These pageants are very much like the 4th of July in the United States or Bastille Day in France, you know, a moment to celebrate being part of the nation. At the same time, many people in this country are struggling with the cost of living crisis. It's really a difficult time for a lot of people. And many people are wondering whether the expense of this event is really worth it at a time when people are really unable to heat their homes and put food on the table. At the same time, there is hope that, you know, this time of national celebration, national unity will lift spirits and help people along in a time of real difficulty.
In other news, after over 3 years since the pandemic began, the World Health Organization has announced that COVID-19 is no longer a global health emergency. WHO Director Tedros Ghebreyesus made the announcement on Friday after a thorough review of the situation by its emergency committee. The committee first declared the highest alert level for COVID-19 in January 2020. The virus killed over 6.9 million people worldwide and disrupted the global economy. Ghebreyesus, however, warned governments not to be too complacent as COVID-19 remains a health threat.
It's therefore with great hope that I declare COVID-19 over as a global health emergency. The worst thing any country could do now is to use this news as a reason to let down its guard or to send the message to its people that COVID-19 is nothing to worry about.
Newly inducted healthcare workers may have to work in the country first before they can be allowed to seek greener pastures abroad. Health Department Officer in Charge Maria Rosario Vergeire said that a proposed return service agreement is currently in the works. Vergeire said the mechanism for this service agreement is still being developed, but ongoing talks include a 1-year residency requirement for doctors, nurses, and other health-allied professionals. A group of health workers is against this policy, saying that it doesn't address the root cause of migration in the medical community. The Alliance of Health Workers cited concerns on low salaries, delayed benefits, and poor working conditions as reasons why health workers opt to go abroad. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Angela Lagunzad. Two security experts believe that the Mutual Defense Treaty wouldn't be much of a use for the Philippines in cases of territorial conflict with China. Speaking to One News's chief defense analyst Romel Banlawi said the MDT cannot be invoked unless there is a direct attack from China. Banlawi also believes that the treaty could be more useful in modernizing the AFP.
We cannot use it unless we are directly attacked militarily by China. And China has no intention to attack us militarily. We want to use our alliance with the United States to modernize our armed forces. So that's our intention.
Former National Security Advisor Clarita Carlos also believes that all these promising defense commitments from the U.S. mean nothing unless they're officially written into the treaty. Carlos said it's also best to come up with sub-implementing rules for EDCA to avoid any misalignments.
Yun nga palagi kong sinasabi, dapat magkaroon siya ng sub-IRR kasi magkakagulo na naman sa operational definitions yan. Ayon sa sinasabi ni Austin, if it is not found in the Mutual Defense Treaty, yes, laway lang yan.
The 32nd Southeast Asian Games formally kicked off in Cambodia on Friday night. This is the first time that Cambodia hosted the biennial tilt. Thousands of supporters went to Morodok Teko National Stadium to watch the opening ceremony. The event featured an opening parade of athletes from the 11 participating states. All Filipino athletes represented the Philippines, led by volleyball phenom Alyssa Valdez as flag bearer. Other marquee players were also included, like Jack Animam for basketball, Sarina Bolden for football, and Christina Knott for track and field. Olympic Committee President Bambol Tolentino and Philippine team chef de mission Chito Loizaga were also present. You can catch the games on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Meanwhile, Team Philippines opened with a mix of wins and losses in their 2023 SEA Games campaign. Justin Punsalang with the report.
The Philippines racked up medals in the 32nd Southeast Asian Games in Cambodia. The country has so far copped 2 gold medals. First to get gold was Jiu-Jitsu bet Kyla Napolis. Napolis defeated hometown hero Jessa Khan in the women's Newaza 52kg event. This was a payback of sorts for Napolis after Khan defeated her in a separate division in the 2019 Games, which was held here in the Philippines. Before reaching the gold medal match, the 25-year-old Napolis took down foes from Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. Meanwhile, the Jiu-Jitsu team also won bronze medals, courtesy of brothers Harvey and Carl Navarro in the men's duo event, and the pair of Dayan Bargo and Isabella Montaña in the women's duo tournament. An hour after Napoles' gold moment, SEA Games first-timer Angel Derla tallied the country's second gold in the women's bamboo shield form event of the Cambodian martial art Kun Bokator. She defeated Chans Hovi Puth of Cambodia after putting up 8.5 points against Puth's 8.47. Aside from this, the country won 2 silvers and a bronze in Kun Bokator. 1 silver came from Mark Lacau in the men's single bamboo shield. The other one was from Richen Yosores for the women's single bare hands form. Kylie Malyade concluded the day with a bronze from the women's single Bokator spirit form event.
Just one in the match so far. It's back to a 3-point game.
And the best for...
Meanwhile, the men's volleyball team crashed out of contention after getting swept by Cambodia 25-18, 25-18, and 25-17. The Philippines fell to an 0-2 record in Group A and will just try to end their campaign on winning note against also-ran Singapore this Saturday.
Chance here for Timor-Leste. There's the opener.
The men's football team has also fallen from the semi-final race of the SEA Games after losing to Timor-Leste 3-0. The young Ascals enter the game needing to win their 2 assignments against Timor-Leste and Myanmar, but Timor-Leste scored 15 minutes into the match, followed by 2 more goals in the 54th and 89th minutes. For News 5, Justine Punsalang. We are One News.
Overall, Team Philippines is still second to host country Cambodia in the medal tally. Cambodia has a total of 9 medals with 5 golds and the rest silver. Philippines is not far behind with 2 golds, 2 silvers and 3 bronze medals. Next is Thailand with 1 medal each, while Laos has 1 gold medal and 3 bronzes. Currently at the 5th spot is Indonesia with 1 silver and 5 bronze medals. The games will be held until May 17. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Angela Lagunzad. We are One News.